Right, so we are moving and working through the comic book backlog while I'm also working through my gaming backlog over on Twitch. If you're not already following me on Twitch, go do that right now. And right off the bat, I want to say, if you are new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that lovely stuff. Right before we talk about any of the books today, I just want to get that out of the way because I usually do it at the end of the video. No one sticks around to the end, so I'm doing it right at the start. But yeah, Avengers, current Avengers run by Jed Mackay. I am caught up to issue 20 now. I know that there's, I think it's up to issue 22 or 23. I'm not quite sure what the latest issue was, but this is up to issue 20, and I think this book is everything the Avengers shouldn't be. And in saying that, here's what I mean. Issue 15 and 16 are, issues 15 and 16 are Blood Hunt tie-ins. Issue 17 is Recruiting Storm, and issues 17 and 18 are a story arc involving Hyperion. Right? It's putting Storm on the team and dealing with Hyperion. That's a 2-issue storyline. Issue 19 is the Avengers getting a call from Doctor Doom and just being told, right, here I have a plan. I'm going to take over the Marvel Universe, or there's going to be a big thing involving Doom, or a big event involving Doom, and this is kind of just a warning for that. Nothing happens in this issue either. It's essentially just a tie-in to what's going to happen with Doom in a couple months, essentially, or a couple months from that issue. And then issue 20 is, right, we're starting a new story arc, and then the tease for issue 21, or the preview for issue 21 is we're going to fight the X-Men again. Or we're going to be tying into whatever the X-Men are doing. So, the Avengers book, for the last 7 issues, has been tie-ins. Or, has been, off the back of, or leading into other events. Because even that Hyperion story is a pseudo-sequel or off the back of Heroes Reborn, which happened a couple of years ago. Not sure anyone really remembers it, and there's a whole point in the story that no one in the Marvel Universe remembers it. I don't think necessarily anything in Jed Mackay's Avengers is bad. And here's my problem with it, is everything Moon Knight related from Jed Mackay felt important to Blood Hunt. The Avengers stuff from Jed Mackay, because of what happens to the main Avengers team during Blood Hunt, they're taken off the picture. This book, the core Avengers book, is about a completely different team for those 3 issues. It's basically lead into that Avengers Assemble book that I talked about a few videos ago. I thought that book was a bit of fun. I feel like the team that they put together in this to lead into that book is interesting and fun as well. But do I want the Avengers book to feel like a companion piece to everything else that's going on in the Marvel Universe? No. I want the Avengers book to be at the forefront. It shouldn't be the side quest. It shouldn't be the constant tie-in book. It should be, charging into whatever event. It should be at the forefront of everything important in the Marvel Universe, kind of springs out of the Avengers book. And there is a story being told here, and there is a, arc, and there is a big thing to do with Kang, and, machinations with that, and I think Kang has been taken out of the book for the past, 10 issues, probably because he's not going to be a big player in the next Avengers movie like he was going to be when this run started. He's not going to be a big thing in the films. So Kang has been taken out of being important to this book. I feel really weirdly towards Avengers because such a big portion of the book shouldn't be tie-ins, and the fact that that's continuing on to issue 23 or issue 21, and then issue 22 is some weird poker thing involving Black Cat. I don't know if I really think that this is good or interesting. Is this the Avengers book that people want to see? Is this the Avengers book that Jed Mackay wants to write? Is my question. Does Jed Mackay want to do these 2-issue stories of a 3-issue tie-in to Bloodhunt, which revolves around characters that he didn't make his Avengers team out of? Does he want to do a 2-issue story about Hyperion that's a sequel to an event that nobody read? Does he want to do a one-off issue which is just Doom judging all of the current members of the Avengers? Does he want to do an issue where it's just Black Panther kind of liberating this? I think issue 20 is the strongest issue so far. It's just Black Panther going in to this kind of crystal thing and being I have to liberate this downtrodden society, and it is to do with the wider story that's going on in Avengers. I like that, and I like the wider story. It's just it feels like the most important thing to Jed Mackay, or the most important thing to Marvel, is having the Avengers just tie in with everything. Because maybe this book isn't selling, and having it tie into other things that are selling might be the best idea. I don't know, but I'm not enjoying it. I'm going to stick with the book because I am liking that overall story, and I want it to get back to that. But it just feels like, especially now that the current arc is a tie-in to One World Under Doom as well. I just don't know where I stand with Avengers at this point, and that's kind of going to be my big end point. Is the Avengers book is good when it's allowed to be an Avengers book. These 2 issues with Hyperion are good because it's not a tie-in to any other, I know I said it's a sequel to Heroes Reborn, but it's not tying into any specific event. It doesn't want to be current to what's happening in the Marvel universe at the moment. I was about to say MCU. That's just my brain being fucking weird. It's not trying to tie too much into what's happening in the Marvel universe at the moment, comics wise. It's just a fun story with Hyperion, and it's kind of a story about Hyperion's depression after being the hero of this universe, and then no one remembering who he is or what he's about or why. that's a fun story. Well, fun isn't the best word, but that's like a story. I wish it went on for a bit longer than 2 issues, but that's a story right there. The rest of this like 6-issue batch that I have, reading this month to month would have been frustrating. Reading this month to month would have been really frustrating. I'm glad I got this as a batch, because there's nothing in every issue. that's the biggest problem with Avengers, I think, is there's nothing in the individual issues. Yet each story arc, each story wants to be 2 issues long. So you're getting this really quick, snappy stuff, but it feels like there's no substance to the book at all. Until you get to issue 20, which is genuinely quite fun. Genuinely a lot of fun. However, everything else, it just wants to tie into everything else, and I just don't feel like that's what an Avengers book should be. It should be leading the charge, it shouldn't be following, or it shouldn't be side quests. It shouldn't feel like side quests, which is what this book feels like. But I like it when there is an issue that's focused on one particular character, especially an issue focused on a character that doesn't have a book out right now, and the previous book that they were in, I really liked, like Black Panther. But yeah, Avengers, it's okay. I feel like you have to be interested in what's going on in the main story to really be invested in this, and to get through all of the other stuff, because there is a lot of other stuff and it's frustrating. However, we are getting up to issue 800, so I feel like there's going to be a big thing in issue 800 that is going to be important, and that's probably where we're going to get the big this is what you've been leading up to, and it's probably Big Folk Kang. That's probably what it is. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. I will see you guys in the next one. Like I said at the start of the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that lovely good stuff. Let me know in the comments below if you've been reading Avengers and what you think of the current run. If you're like me and think, I just want it to get back to Avengers stuff, or are you enjoying all the side stories? Because they're not technically bad, but it's just I want to get back to the main stuff. I want to get back to the Avengers book being an Avengers book, not the Avengers book being a side story of Blood Hunt, or a side story of One World Under Doom, or a side story of anything else of what the X-Men are doing. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Bye.